We are back, and we're joined now by Tom Djokovic. He is the CEO of XSNX Incorporated. XSNX is their stock symbol. Tom, always good to see you.
It's great to be back, Don. Thanks.
Now, when we were chatting last time, we were talking about you're just about ready to start entertaining potential licensees of your SIG solar technology. You've got the apparatus in place in your facility. How's that all coming along now?
It's going quite well, Don. We've been doing what's called calibrating it, which is it's a systematic, repetitive process where you adjust all the different functions in the system. You run samples, you test them, then you make additional adjustments. And so we make adjustments to both the process recipes and also the physical machine at times too. And it's going quite well. I mean, recently we started producing actual SIGs films, copper, indium, gallium selenide films, which is the solar absorber. That's the meat and potatoes. And we're getting very, very good results. There's a stoichiometry. There's a percentage of various different metallic atoms that have to be arranged certain ways, and we have equipment to test that, and we're very, very close to those ideal structures. So now the next phase is to tune those in a little bit more and then actually start working to make cells is the next phase after that. So we're very, very, very close. Matter of fact, Joe Grimes and I were just discussing yesterday and today about the proper timing to start inviting people in. Some of these people, have a couple week lead time. Some of them have 4-week lead time, to be able to travel either from Europe or South America or here in the United States. So we're getting ready to start organizing those visits.
I have to really commend you and the company because, we're still stuck in the doldrums of what is a difficult economy. A lot of companies in your industry are no longer with us. Some very famous companies are no longer with us. Yet here you still are. I mean, what is it about XSNX that has been able to get through this difficult period and have such a bright outlook for the future?
Well, Don, management did a good job of downsizing and really watching expenses and overhead, and then focusing as much of our resources towards building our prototype systems as possible, and just watching every penny. I mean, the biggest, and I think you have, and potentially a lot of our viewers have heard the concept of the some of the dying statements. Some of the statements you hear from dying companies is we've always done it that way, or we don't know how to do it any other way, and a lot of companies fail to adapt. That's something we had to do was work hard to adapt to this changing environment as the demand for thin film solar changed, as the demand for solar changed, as the pricing structure changed. All that required a lot of adaptation. You have to really pay attention to the market and be willing to make the cuts when necessary.
About 30 seconds left, but the future of solar short term, what do you think?
Well, Don, it's really picking up. There's a lot of articles out there, projections that are showing that this year we're going to see a growth in installations. It's kind of a shakeout year still a little bit in terms of probably not a lot of money to be made by a lot of people because the price pressures are still low. But what that leads to is a need for our type of technology that lets them try to reduce costs. And as we move into 2014, 15, and 16, we think that there's a lot of projected capital expenditures. People are going to start to be putting a lot of equipment in. They're going to be looking for new technologies that can help them save money. We think SIG Solar is timed perfectly for this opportunity.
XSNX Incorporated, XSNX is their symbol. Tom, always a pleasure.
Thanks, Don.